Hello everyone and welcome to Live at 12:45. I'm Kristen Bomas and I want to thank all of you for joining me today as we address love relationships. What is the most important aspect in a love relationship to you? So what I really heard from people, I kept hearing respect and communication. And I thought that was really interesting. So what about trust? Right? What about shared interests? Like, these are the things I hear in my office all the time. That it's important in a loving relationship that you have shared interests, that you that each of you has trust, that you can communicate, that definitely that there's a mutual respect, that there's an acceptance. Hi Tina, hi Valentina. That there is all of this, all of these things that go on. But what really is the most important aspect of a love relationship? We, as a people in America, we have the worst relationship stats I could imagine. Our dating relationships are 20% successful. That means that if you've been dating someone for a long time and it looks like it's headed towards marriage, only 20% succeed and develop into marriage. And of the 20% that make it to marriage, 50 to 60% end in divorce prematurely. That is a staggering set of stats, right? So what is this most important aspect in a relationship, and what do we really miss? What do we need to hold love alive, to keep it in the palm of our hands and keep the relationship open, loving, and growing? So I'm going to sound very much like a broken record here. Hi, Melissa. But I'm going to say the most important thing in a love relationship is knowing your experience. And I'm going to explain that in this live very clearly. Inevitably, in my office, I ask probably the most important relationship question I could ask, which is, what is the experience you wish to have in an ideal partnership? Hi, Kay. And everybody comes back not with the experience they wish to have in an ideal partnership, but instead a list of characteristics and attributes in the other person. Hey, Bentley. So what's the miss there, right? Everybody is so fixed on that external person that they don't think about the experience they wish to have in a partnership. And that's the critical piece of the puzzle. If we know what it is we want to experience in that ideal partnership, then everything that we do and we talk about and everything we bring to the table from the beginning of the relationship is edging its way towards that ideal space. And we can actually have that ideal space in many situations. But we don't think that way. We think in terms of other. What we want in that other person, how we want them to look, and what interests they have, and how they are in their character. And while that's very important, we can see 10 people with the exact same characteristics that you're asking for. And all 10 of those individuals are going to give you a different relationship. So the question is not what do you want in the other, but what do you want to experience inside yourself? How are you going to know when you are in that ideal love partnership? That's a tough question. Certainly there is a sense of trust or respect, but how does that feel inside you? What is that like? Why is it so important? Hi, Valencia. Thank you for joining us. So what is that about, that sense of feeling and trust? What does it bring to you? Maybe it brings a sense of safety. Maybe it allows you to open. Okay, well, now we're moving towards the experience of being open. And doesn't that also involve the communication that everybody is talking about? So if the communication and if the trust and if the respect is really because you want to feel more free to be open, now you can see we're inching our way back into the experience you wish to have in an ideal partnership. And that's the important piece, the most important piece of maintaining a love relationship. Because truthfully in this life, where there is love, we can grow exponentially together. It matters not who and what the other person is about. It matters that the two of us or the two of you, the two of whoever or whatever, are in a relationship built upon the same experience. So that it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but if we want freedom, in my world, I work very hard to master life, and that's why I teach life mastery, right? So it's very important for me to have a relationship that's open communicatively, and that there is a willingness to continue to open to life's events and challenges and gifts. So that's just a description. Now, how does it create an experience inside me? It opens me. It opens me, it opens up that other person, and it allows us to explore and to be on this everlasting adventure called love. So think about that. That's just one little thing, by the way. So let's think about your experience, because that's the most important part of the love relationship. Once we know what our experience is, then with our partner, we choose to grow. Right? We don't necessarily want to see the fragmentation, but we get so lost in the idea of trust and are you trustworthy and what did you do that isn't trusting and let me test you on the trust, or maybe it's acceptance. You judge me when I did this and you don't accept me and you don't know me. Okay, well that's all fine, but notice it's you. If you're in a relationship where you want to have an experience that's more fulfilling, then you want to teach about yourself, right? You want to teach what the experience is you wish to have. So there's a little book out there called The 5 Languages of Love, and it's actually a very good book if you haven't read it. It's cute. It's a little checklist, and those are fun little things periodically that tell you what your style of feeling loved is. And most of us will do what we think the other wants, and again, what are we doing? We're assuming. We're not exploring our partner. So in love, while trust is important, the communication is probably the most important. And it's important because you're never going to have the experience you wish to have if you don't know what that experience is and you can't say it to the other person. You said you were going to be home at 5 and you didn't get home until 9 and I couldn't reach you. And so inside me, I got very worried that there was something else going on. I could feel my trust slipping. And now that other person has the opportunity to say, I'm sorry, I put my phone down, this is where I was, and this is what I was doing, and it won't happen again. I should have given you a call on the side if I had thought about it, blah, 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 whatever. Hopefully no shoulds, but they do exist. So so it opens the teaching of yourself. And so as you communicate in that way, you're sharing the experience you would like to have, and you're coming from the experience you wish to have, and you're sharing the experience you had. So all of a sudden, in this love relationship, you're opening yourself and your partner to what love is about within you. And as you do that, you're learning what love is about in them. And as we do that, we start to grow together, we start to open, we start to find acceptance is a little bit more in alignment with what we're doing. The judgments start to fall by the wayside, because a judgment, if it hurts, we say, ouch, that hurts, right? And we keep moving forward. So again, let's look at our loving relationships. Let's ask ourselves, are we aware of the experience we wish to have? And if we are we communicating that? And then if I was going to add a third piece to that, after experience and communication, I would say compassion. Because without compassion for ourselves and our partner, then again, our fear creeps in without us sharing that experience with one another. So what am I feeling? Where is this going? So acceptance is important. To express our love, to give compliments, to bring to the table as much trustworthiness as you can, to open yourself to trusting the other, to open yourself in that trust and in that safety, to start to explore one another and to teach about yourself. And in all of those characteristics of a very fine, loving relationship, most importantly, to know the experience you're having and the experience you wish to have, to be willing to communicate it, and then to find that compassion within. So I wish each of you the opportunity to find great love and great partnering in this lifetime, for everyone is here to feel the greatest love of all. I thank you for joining me. I'm here every Monday and Thursday for Live at 12:45. This coming Thursday is going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for our topic. We're going to be opening up the month of October for the life of a woman, and looking at a woman's life in health and in career and in relationship, to honor the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we're actually going to do something different. We're going to really look at the life of the woman and what that's all about. So stay tuned. Thursday we may be opening up with an interview of a woman who works in a very male-dominated field, and it'll be very fun to see what it's like to be a woman in those shoes. Earlier today, I was told to make the announcement that I was on WPTV Live. I'm being interviewed by John. He's wonderful. I thank him so very much. And everybody needs to tune into their website, WPTV website. Is that .com, I think? John's a fantastic guy. So we talked about anxiety and depression. We had a very, very wonderful interview. So I want to put out a public thank you to WPTV for having me join them on several occasions, and to John in particular for his wonderful belief in who I am and support of my teachings. So thank you all very much. Please also join us on YouTube, where I have the vlog and Christianisms and a little bit more, and we will be opening up a separate blog on another station. So stay tuned for all the growth that's taking place on this end, and thank you for your support. I wish you all great love.